the responses from patients has been really positive. And I've mentioned to a few of you that maybe been in the building a chapter workshop, the thought of telling a nurse, created another piece of paperwork, was pretty daunting, even though I was in a good team. But by creating a checklist that's very easy to use, it's in large enough text that you can just glance at it. All that it needs is initialing and dating, and that's it. And it's at the patient's bedside. And actually, there's an occupational therapist who came onto the ward to cover someone's holiday. She said, "Oh, it's great. I didn't have to look in their nursing note, in their medical note, back to their nursing notes, back to the whiteboard, back to the nurse, to find out when we were expecting to discharge someone. She just had a glance and knew." So that was kind of an unexpected benefit. Just as a balancing measure, I said to staff, look, is this too hard to use? Is it too much extra work? And they all reported no. And I think because of that, that's why they're actually using it. However, I will go back after my week's holiday to sneak around and make sure they're still on the ward. But to get it across to you, although obviously I've produced this run chart that says, yes, I've made a difference, it wasn't all straightforward. The medical students who do practicums is part of a module at the University of Dundee. For me, I was on placement, and as a third year, I'm taking on the responsibilities of a staff nurse. You've got your own patients, and obviously they come first. You've got your marked work to do, you've got essays to complete, a medicine administration book that I remembered being a few pages, taken it out of my locker, it felt more like a breeze block. And then I had all this to complete as well. So making the time on placement can be quite difficult. And for the week that I planned to do my trial with 3 and then 5 patients, the elective lists were cancelled because theatre was closed, because the airflow system had broken. And obviously there's nothing I can do about that. It was just a frustrating thing that put my project back a week. I did have the advantage of having staff that were very keen on quality improvement, and I think that makes a big difference. And it's perhaps worth organising with your faculty to go into an area where you've got that link if you're starting off new, just to help give you the boost.